couple that just seems to always be happy and strong. The couple who just seems to know how to be married. It appears to require little to no effort as they finish each other's thoughts and find ways to serve each other. They not only love each other, but they like each other too. So what makes a married couple have this kind of relationship? One vital key is intentionality. Am I intentional in showing my spouse my love for them and devotion to them? Do I feel that my spouse is intentional in showing her love and devotion for me?
I know, at least for me, like every time we talk about it, we're like, man, like I think about what I could have done. I could have done this, or I could have said that, or.
This is a super cheesy example, but also so sweet. I look in my mirror in the studio every single day, and if you took time to write on a sticky note something that like you're proud of me for, and you put that on a sticky note on there, not even every day, but like a couple times a week, what would be something that you're missing or that would make it seem like I am being more intentional in our marriage?
The fact that you've been trying to set aside certain days for work and just like work so that you can further your business, and that in the end helps me too.
Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another uncut raw day in my life. We're starting off very quickly by, this is pretty much all we're doing today, is painting the fireplace. We've kind of already painted it, as you can see, the whole front, except for up here, along the side over here, and then the side over there by Craig is not painted. But we decided to paint the fireplace because our living room, if you can tell, it's this like tan or like beige color, and there's not a lot of natural lighting in here, and so it makes it really dark during the day if all the lights are off. And I'm the type of person where I don't like to turn lights on if I don't have to. So we were like, we could either paint the walls or paint the fireplace, which is a big part of the room. We kind of debated both actually too, but we decided to paint the fireplace white because I've always wanted a white fireplace, and Craig took the Christmas decorations down, but once we put them back up, we'll show you. And yes, it's November, what is it?
13th.
November 13th, and
we up on the 8th.
Yes, we put Christmas decorations up. Our house is a wreck right now, but there is Christmas stuff up because 2020 needs extra holiday cheer. And the other thing that we're struggling with, oh, my camera, is this wall. So it was this tan color, and then we decided to try to paint it, and we mixed two different grays. One gray was like a bluish that we didn't really plan on. The other gray was a super light gray, and we ended up not liking it on this wall. So we have to figure out what we're going to do, if we're going to try to find this tan color again and repaint it.
I like it on the wall, but
I don't. I think that it looks weird, this wall being tannish or gray, bluish, and then the fireplace being white, and then everything else being tan. I just think it looks kind of silly. So we're gonna have to figure out what to do, because you can't tell in this shot right here, but it looks pretty blue. I'll put an actual like picture on the screen of what this looks like so that you can tell. But for right now, we're just doing the fireplace, and Azariah is down for his,
Azariah is crying.
Azariah is crying. I just put him down like 5 minutes ago. He had a really rough night last night. He never wakes up. After I put him down, he falls asleep by himself at night, and he never wakes up after that until the next morning. And he woke up at 9:30, and I put him down at 8, and he didn't go back to sleep till like 10:30, and it was really weird. And so this is also weird that he's like waking up from his nap 5 minutes after he falls asleep. So I don't know what that deal is, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do today, and probably gonna take up most of the day. Guys don't already know, this is my playlist. Baby Day is my labor playlist, and I listen to it every day. Dun, 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 dun. Look who it is. Hi. So recently, just turn it down a little bit. So recently, I'm not really sure how or why, but Azariah's naps have been so good. Like, he has been waking up at 8. Sometimes we even have to go wake him up at 8 because it's been like 13 hours straight of sleeping. And then he'll sleep for like 2 hours his first nap, an hour and a half his second nap, and he is a baby who really does not like to sleep more than like 45 minutes for his naps. So that's been really awesome, but I don't know what's going on. His last night, his little wake up around 9:30, and then he only slept an hour this nap, which I'm not complaining because it's still better than 45 minutes, but I will say that those 2-hour naps were mighty nice, right? They were mighty nice. You feeling okay? You just want to come join the party? I am also struggling with my milk supply, which I actually have been struggling with my milk supply for a while now. I used to, please understand that this is by no means me complaining about my milk supply. It's just been a little bit stressful and frustrating because I used to be able to produce even more than he needs, and that was great, and then that stopped and I was just only able to produce just as much as he needed in a day, and was absolutely still grateful for that. Like, I don't need an oversupply or anything like that. And then I got my first period, my first real period, actually sorry, my second period after like postpartum. I had one at 4 months and then my second one at 8 months, and at 8 months my milk supply tanked. Like, it was really awful, and I had to resort to using a lot of my freezer stash, which I am so thankful that I had that, but I just was not like producing anything, and he was getting frustrated. And I know that I can have your passy. Yeah. I know that you guys are probably gonna comment and say you need to take calcium, magnesium. The thing is that you're supposed to take that from the middle of your cycle to the end of your cycle, and my periods are obviously irregular. I had one at 4 months and then at 8 months, so I couldn't tell when the middle of my cycle was because they're not regular. So this next time, I'm on my period right now, and my milk supply has tanked again for the last week and a half, and even more so than the last time, and it really never recovered when I got my period at 8 months, so that's frustrating. But I just have not been able to figure out when, you kiddos. I've not been able to figure out when to take that, or if it even helps. So that's been a little bit of a challenge, and he's definitely been a little bit frustrated about that. We've just been having to nurse more frequently, which is totally fine, but it's just been something that I've been struggling with, and I'm taking, just to see if it helps. I'm pretty much desperate at this point to just try to see if I can get my supply back up for his sake. And I know that he's eating solids now, so he doesn't need as much, but it's definitely a supply issue. I've been taking this supplement. It's not even a supplement. This milk helper called Majka Lactation Booster. I've been taking that, and then I've also been taking Mama's Magic Mama's Magic Milk Boost from Earthly. It's like a tincture, and just hoping that those help. If not, then it's fine. It was worth a try, but yeah, just a little bit of some issues lately. Yeah, I'm so grateful that we've made it for 10 months though. Yeah. So are you, I bet. Oh, you just want to cuddle? Okay. We can just cuddle. I like that too. I don't think you're meaning to cuddle, but here we are. Here we are. I love you so much. Whoa, sir. Alrighty. Wow. You should tell him the nickname that we came up for Major. So Major, this is Major, but we call him Rue because, long story. And we have like 12 different nicknames for him. And Craig decided another nickname this morning, which is Runosaurus Rex. He is Scooby-Roo and Runosaurus Rex. Comment below if you guys also have weird names for your animals that are completely unrelated to their actual name. What's that? You just all about the cuddles. Right here. You push it. Oh, sorry. Mommy did it. Push. Bang. Good job. Good job. Can you put it back in there? You're just too distracted by puppy. Okay. Lunchtime for a semi-cranky baby. Here you go. Here you go. Peas and beets, shrimp, green beans. You gotta look it over first and decide which one you want to attack. This shrimp, it's just like really chopped up shrimp that I got from Trader Joe's, and I made with butter, lemon pepper seasoning, and pepper. There's no salt in it or anything. And then I kind of made the same thing for myself, but this is shrimp, the same type of shrimp, peas, and riced cauliflower with some coconut aminos. All right, the front is elfing finished, and these are our Christmas decorations. I love them so much. I do wish that, well, before this was tan and the window decorations were white, so there was like super contrast, but they are, it's white on white. I think that it would look really good if we had like black spray paint and spray painted these black. We only have this side left. And getting into the grooves of this fire. But how many days have we been painting this? It's been like 3. Not 3 straight days, but 3 altogether. Because getting into the grooves of that is really hard. And Craig tried to be proactive and get a sprayer. But the sprayer like didn't do anything, right?
See, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
No, it wasn't like a super high-powered one that you could just it was like sprayed out barely nothing. So I'm very, very happy. Okay, guys, I am walking right now, and I have my phone. I'm recording on my phone because my camera is too heavy to hold, and my hands are freezing. It was 80 degrees in Indiana 2 days ago, and it's 32 right now. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about something. I actually recorded a podcast with someone yesterday, and the podcast subject was like on trusting God in the unknown. So she asked at the last question in the podcast was, what advice would you give to someone who is currently in a season of unknown, season of waiting, or anything like that? And I gave a couple things, but one of the things that I wanted to just say to you guys, and I told her after the podcast was over, I was like, I was totally talking to myself the entire time I said that last part, because I'm still in a season of unknown and waiting, and we all are pretty much always. And so I said, when you're in a season of waiting, the enemy is always going to try to tell you to like not spend time with God, or if you're waiting on God for something and you feel like he hasn't answered yet, the enemy is going to tell you to not pursue God, not spend time with him because he's not answering your prayer and it's not fair, or God's not being good. And I just want to tell you that the opposite is true. When we're in a season of waiting, there is unknown, there's so much grace to be had there. There's so much refining and so much growth in Christ and in your faith and in relationship with him, that we have to recognize that, and we can't listen to the enemy who tells us that God's not yet is a never. And I said that in one of my podcasts, but at the end we were just talking about how like you don't need, if you're in a season where like you're frustrated with God about something, the worst thing that you can do is not talk to God. Like in any earthly relationship, if you're frustrated with them, yeah, you might like need to take a second and gather your thoughts, but like you don't have to even do that with God. You can literally just go to God right there in the moment and be like, God, this is what I'm frustrated about. this is what I'm confused about. These are my real raw emotions, and I need you to help me figure this out. And I know that you're good, and I know that you're working, but like, this is where I'm at. And I think sometimes as Christians, we tell ourselves that we can't go to God in the most real, vulnerable ways because we think we have to be perfect and proper. Or we convince ourselves, like, God already knows what I'm feeling. I don't need to talk to him about it. But like, that's so not true. That's so far from the truth, because prayer and talking to God about your real, raw human emotions when you're waiting for something, or when you're in a trial, when you're in a hard season, that is where you are going to find hope and peace and reassurance. And even if God doesn't say anything to you in that moment, being in his presence is going to change things for you. It's going to change the way that you approach your situation. And I want us to remember that in the chaos of the world, even right now, that we have such an opportunity to get still and get quiet in front of the Lord and let him speak to us and let him remind us what is truth and what is his plan for us. Because with so much being thrown at us every day, we feel like we need the answers right now. We feel like we're confused on why things are happening, and all those things are okay to feel. But the world's going to tell you that if God's not answering you right away, just distance yourself from him. And that's not true. Like, my friend was saying how her mom talks to God about like the bumblebees and the butterflies and the leaves, and like, how crazy and cool would it be if we were in constant communication with God like that every day? Like, the heaviness of the world would still be there, and the weight of the unknown would still be there, but it would be resting not on our shoulders, but on God's shoulders and at his feet. And so that's just kind of where I'm at. So I don't know if that was encouraging to you or not, but it's something that God has just kind of continually brought up to my mind. And especially right now with everything that's going on, if you're upset about something, probably you're going to go to a friend and talk to them about it and rant and try to, process. But like, process with God too, because he's going to be the one who can really give your heart peace and really navigate what the root of the issue is, and not just tell you what you want to hear, not just tell you what's easy to hear, but he's going to make the changes in your heart, even if the change in your circumstance, even if your circumstance doesn't change. So my fingers are freezing off, so I'm going to stop this.
I wake up from the sunshine on my face, so dehydrated, don't know what to say. Who's sleeping by my side? What did I do last night? Can someone make this headache go away?